Welcome to the Think Tank Live, episode number 3. Today we're going to be talking about the spring selling season. And for those who don't know, we're only 6 short weeks away. So with me to talk about the spring season is Brian Cannan and Andrew Coulson from Think Real Estate. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, Lucas.
Not far away, are we?
It'll be very, very soon upon us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been wandering around to offices during the training and we've been talking about the spring selling season, and some offices are really preparing themselves to really launch themselves into this spring season. And some offices, well, they need to be thinking about it maybe a little bit more. And tonight we want to get, if you're not thinking about it, we want to get you thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for that little bit of a change of thought. Instead of focusing on what's happening today, what our buyer feedback is or response and those sorts of things, we need to start to change our focus, shift our focus to something that's more positive, energetic, so when we hit the spring market in 6 weeks' time, we've got stock, we're ready to grow, which is going to give us a real good roll into the summer market.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we all know that we want to get on the cycle early. If you get on the cycle early, you'll be having those open for inspections, and from the open for inspections, you'll be getting more leads for more listings. And this is why this is so important.
It's all about momentum. There's no doubt about that. And there is an opportunity for those who are here working away over the next few weeks, isn't there? Brian, we're only talking about it today in terms of the email click rate, weren't we?
We were. We were looking at it, and over a third of emails that we're sending out, we're being sent back out of office. So some of the top agents are seeming to be holidaying in the Greek islands or over in Italy and enjoying themselves very much at the moment. And you've got an opportunity while they're away for you to try and get some stock.
And plan and prepare.
Exactly right. And it's about setting those plans in place, getting everybody energised and getting ourselves in a position to get some listings.
So what can we do, first and foremost? Whether you're an agent, you're maybe a principal in office, maybe you're working from the franchise, whatever it may be, what can we do to get ourselves prepared and to get everyone involved getting ready for spring?
Let's get everyone excited. Let's get a plan in place. We're going to get excited. We're going to put some rewards in place. We're going to be able to show our owners some different ideas and concepts so they want to list with us, not our opposition. We'd be able to win the listings and show them why they should be coming with us.
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter whether you're an assistant, whether you're a marketer, whether you're a salesperson, whether you're in charge of a small team, or you're the principal looking after the whole group. We need to get everybody involved, get them excited about here's what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do to get new business, here's some ideas that might change it up a little bit, get a little bit of variety out there and get us a kickstart on our competitors.
Yeah, if you made 20 calls a day for the next 6 weeks, that's 600 calls. If you made 40 calls a day, obviously that's 1,200 calls. I mean, let's get some plans in place that we may get in a group twice a day or once a day and make the calls. Let's record them. Let's see what sort of results we're getting. And the person who's getting the best results, let's give them some rewards. So we can be ready and have stock or properties in our pipeline ready to go.
It may be that you're planning your social media program for the next few weeks. Maybe an opportunity to get a videographer in and start to do some preparation for your marketing and all those sorts of things. So again, we're ready and prepared rather than waiting for that spring to hit and then we start thinking what we're doing or what our competitors are doing.
That's a very good point, Andrew. The press aren't talking about the spring selling season yet, but it's not going to be long before they are. So let's do it before they do it. I agree.
Get that spring talk in their minds, get everybody energised around it and make things happen.
And we want to tailor our dialogue around what the market has been saying, whether it be in our social media videos that we're putting out to the marketplace, or if it's what we're saying in a listing presentation. Now, we know we've heard across all of our auctions and now all of the agents are saying that the buyers and the sellers or the future sellers are saying they're worried about they're not going to be able to buy. There's not enough to buy. So what could our message be?
Yeah, they're worried that if they sell, they're not going to buy and they could miss the market. So we need some strategies around giving the owner some solutions around that. So one strategy would be, you could sell in the spring market, put an extended settlement on, which gives you more time to find the property that you want. That could make them ease and feel easier to be able to bring their property onto the marketplace, because we know that there's going to be more properties come on during the spring market. So if they put an extended settlement, they'll have plenty of time to be able to look around to find the property that they want.
A lot of vendors don't recognise the timelines, the time it takes to get their property ready to market, to book the marketing, prepare, get the place looking its best. So running through the time cycle of when they're wanting to see it hit the market, when they're going to time these different activities in, is a good way to demonstrate when we need to get started on preparing for that.
Yeah, I mean, some vendors might say to you, I need 3 or 4 weeks to prepare my property and do minor repairs, declutter, and then you might take 2 weeks to be able to have everything you need ready for the marketing and the photography and the videos. So that's somewhere between 5 and 6 weeks. Perfect for spring.
Exactly right. And don't forget the what's in it for them. I mean, the fact that they're going to be sold, they're into a buying market when more stock does come in, they're not competing in that market, they've got the jump on them, they've already sold, they're ready to go out and negotiate the next transaction. They've got the benefits of getting in early.
Yeah, the real benefit is that we know properties are going to come on. If they come on a little bit earlier, then the competition of the other properties is not going to be there. So it's going to help maximise their price.
And then be able to buy when the more properties come on the market. So it reduces the risk for the sellers. So it's all about getting that message across to the owners on how to capitalise on being a first mover in the spring market, and helping them understand that being a first mover is preparing now, working on, your handyman, your stylist, your videography, your photography, all getting that all ready for the 1st of September.
And your scripts and dialogues. I was chatting with an agent the other day explaining, Roger Federer just wins Wimbledon. Great tennis player, but he doesn't just turn up at the game and play. He spends more time practicing than he does on the court. And yet a lot of agents sometimes turn up at the appraisal, they're straight into the job and they're hit and miss whether they get it. We need to spend a lot of time in role playing, practicing our dialogue, making sure that it's right, so that we're ready to overcome those objections.
But Federer also has the best tools to work with, and so let's have a look at the tools that we work with. Maybe it's time to review our pre-listing kit. Maybe it's time to look at our listing kit and make sure it's completely up to date. And also maybe as an office, it's time to think about a spring campaign for the office that we can offer to the vendor, something different than everybody else is doing. Look, an idea that we get is that if you are hoping to list 10 listings, say, let's do an in-room auction, and your average marketing campaign is $5,000. That means your office is going to spend $50,000 in a 4-week period to generate more buyers for the properties that you have. Now, that is a huge advantage to your prospective vendor. Just think about that again. $50,000 is going to be spent in your marketplace to draw as many buyers as possible to all the properties that you're going to be submitting to auction that night. They want to be a part of that. If they want to be a part of that, they want to list with you.
Want to be one of those 10 properties, no doubt. So when would you suggest be a good time to maybe look to aim to set that auction date?
Yeah, you could do it, I would think, late September, early October. Have a look at how many properties you're looking at listing over the next couple, and your pipeline from everyone, and say, everyone in the office, can you list 1 or 2 auctions in the next 4 to 6 weeks? Let's set the date 4 weeks after that, but let's show the owner what we're doing. Let's have a presentation of the type of marketing that's going to happen. At $50,000 going to be spent combined by all these properties and all these owners to generate more buyers than ever before.
It's about thinking outside the box. I mean, whether it be a corporate or an office spring auction, could be a Saturday auction, that's their options that are available.
And you're exactly right, thinking outside the box. There are offices that we know who hold the auctions 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning in rooms. Just so happens that their office is in the local marketplace, in the local shops, where they're able to open their doors, have the auction there. They put a speaker on the street. So people in the local area who are walking, getting their Saturday morning coffee, you're able to move in there and grab their attention by them hearing the auction, seeing the buyers that are already there, and getting that brand exposure. So you're certainly able to think outside the box and be a bit creative in this space. Set yourself apart.
It's worked very well for them. They've got listings from doing that. It's worked very well for them.
And the other thing we've got to talk about is the clearance rate right now. I mean, it currently sits at 70%, and we spoke about it before. We want to focus on what we can control. There's no doubt about that. But 70% is still a fairly strong clearance rate.
A couple of weeks ago, I was saying, we're at 85%, and that was unsustainable. 85% clearance rate is an unsustainable clearance rate. You're on a sizzling market just going up and up and up and up. We're getting record prices every Saturday, record prices on every area every Saturday. Now, that's not happening at the moment, but a 70% clearance rate is an exceptional clearance rate. There's people who watching this have been working in a 40 and 50% clearance rate, and that's when you know you're getting into a tough market. It's not a tough market, it's just that we've been used to an 85% clearance rate, so we need to focus on that.
It's tougher.
It is a little bit.
Tougher.
Yeah, I agree with that, but it's not a tough market at all. You might have to do a little bit more work with your buyers, and that's what you've got to focus on. Get yourself ready for the spring auction and the spring campaign, and you're going to need to think about how you're going to market it to the buyers and target them and work a little bit harder around that, but there's sales to be made.
There's no doubt about that. So the big message here is you don't want to be the person, or you don't want to be the agent playing catch-up. Once spring is already hit, we want to put a plan in place now, a prospecting plan, as we mentioned. Even give yourself an incentive. If you're the principal, put an incentive in there for the team. If you're an agent who has agents working underneath you, put something in there for your team. If you're a solo agent, make a set a goal for yourself that at the end of the spring quarter, if you get to where you need to be, you incentivise yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to do something along those lines. Think outside the box. Be creative.
Yeah. The other thing you've got to be looking at is looking at the auxiliaries. So talk to the people who you need to be using, like your handyman. Go to your local nursery and say, look, spring's coming. Can we do a deal for my sellers so we can make the colour in the garden look absolutely beautiful as they walk in. Think about those sort of things. Think about buyers giving a coffee that they after a coffee voucher to a local coffee shop so they can sit down and think about the property that they've just seen. Just little things that make the difference so you get the next listing as well. But they have to be ready. Your handyman are they ready? Have they got enough time? How about your videographer and your photographer? If they start getting busy with other agents, how much time are they going to have for you? Talk to your auctioneers. I mean, if they start getting busy, have they got the backup for you? You've really got to think about, because as you expand and try and get more listings, you don't want to be having difficulty of getting the people you need to get this ready for you.
It's about creating this positive mindset. It's a moving forward sort of contagious mindset that hopefully is going to affect everybody within the office, and everybody's getting excited, and hopefully we'll see the results start to filter through.
Getting that energy in that office.
Let's get excited for spring. Let's get excited that turnover is going to pick up. Let's get excited, and you want to make sure that you're part of that.
No doubt. We hope that helps everyone out there. We're looking forward to seeing everyone have a great spring and certainly reach whatever goals they may be. On behalf of the whole team here at Think Real Estate, Brian, Andrew and myself, thank you very much for attending. In our next Think Tank episode, we're going to be looking at auction strategies and auction scenarios, especially handling the tougher auction scenarios. So tune in then and we'll let you know when that's going to be. Till then, talk soon and have a great time.
Thank you.
You.